on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Final play of the half. Mills going to throw deep for the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball. So it's halftime here. So the halftime show of the Super Bowl abbreviated. Ready to go for the... Second half. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. Desmond King now to return it. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. They'll start the third quarter here on the ground. And some room to maneuver. Does the big boy have the juice? Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there with his third touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Texans will extend their third quarter lead here in this Super Bowl. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
I ain't worried about it. There's some determination that sets in.
The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles, gain some additional yardage.
It's a loss of 14 that time, and it'll make this a 2nd and long.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The first down play, to be frank, nothing short of awful, and now they have to deal with 2nd and very long. They showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there, not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. Now a handoff looking right. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. Here's Cameron Johnston now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And the Texans scoop it. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line.
I remember sitting in special teams meetings, and at some point during the meeting, the coach would always say, you better treat this one just like you're playing offense or defense. It's a big part of the game. And we just saw evidence of why right there with that fumble.
Yeah, fumble on the punt, and after it was turning up to be a pretty decent return.
Yeah, a really nice return. They were going to be set up okay, and the offense would feel good running onto the field. And now the defense has to try it out there and try and slow them down.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Working with a 2nd and 4. Now they'll run it on the toss. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
Any team that runs the toss and runs it successfully, that means they win the battle on the edges. That means you seal the edge in order to let your back get to the corner. They got it done there for a very nice game.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there with a record 4th Super Bowl touchdown tonight. And the Texans use the short field to their advantage. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur. I guess it's good we can't really read the mind of the defensive coordinator now, huh?
Had him pinned back there deep, give up that run. Can't be happy.
Yeah, whatever is in his mind right now, we probably couldn't say over the air.
A beautiful fake. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. A handoff as they run the counter play. And this will be a Texans first down as he gets this up past the 30.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. And that's going to leave him with just 1 timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. Third quarter of the biggest spectacle in sport, the Super Bowl. Thanks for joining us, everybody. 2nd and 10. Oh, he shifts past him. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower. That front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
A nice little juke. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They toss it out right to Johnson. Johnson with a burst, a first down and more. Breaks through the contact. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Steelers' 9. 1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Texans are feeling good as they extend their lead in this Super Bowl. So a toss play there does the... 2 The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they have been the better of the two sides to this point with a 2-score lead, fourth quarter of this Super Bowl, and the Lombardi Trophy within reach as they start this drive 1st and 10. Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. A little juke and some room to roam now. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Steelers' 35-yard line. A big pickup there on the run.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
2nd down and 4. Now they'll run it on the toss. Dances by at the 20. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22.
I know we're in the era of wide-open football, a lot of spread formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football. We just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A 21-yard touchdown run. And the Texans have put this one to bed. Both offenses have been clicking in this one. A lot of points on the board. We'll see if that trend continues. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set him back for 2nd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A great effort there. 29 yards. And the The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they are trying to play it cool down on the sidelines, but they know that they are very close now to wrapping this thing up. And a most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild, and at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. So now we're in the final minute of the game in the fourth quarter as this offense gets ready to take over. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. And the Lone Star State has a new champion. It's the Houston Texans, kings of the Super Bowl. For the victors, getting to hoist that Lombardi Trophy, you know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports.
I don't know how there can be. The journey to get to this game is incredible. And then to finally